Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about something that is silently putting a cap on how much you can earn. And no, it's not about a lack of skill or talent. It's about the incredibly high price you pay when what you offer your clients is unclear. So, when a potential client can't clearly wrap their head around the exact results you deliver, the very first thing that happens is this: they hesitate, they pause, and right there, a little seed of doubt gets planted. And that hesitation, it almost always turns into negotiation. You see, because the value isn't crystal clear, the price just feels arbitrary. And an arbitrary price is always up for discussion. And trust me, that's never in your favor. And then this happens. The final, and honestly, the most painful outcome. After the delay, after the negotiation, it all just ends in silence. It's not even that they choose a competitor. They just choose nothing. Why? Because you never gave them a clear enough reason to actually act. So let's frame this whole thing. What is the real problem we're talking about here? Here's the thing. Most people get the diagnosis completely, totally wrong, and it costs them big time. You know, it's so easy to think the problem is external. I just need more traffic. I need more eyeballs on my stuff. But the real issue, it's almost always internal. It's outcome ambiguity. Let me put it this way. If someone asks what you do and your answer is a whole paragraph, you don't have a marketing problem. You have a monetization problem. And this right here, this is the core idea of this entire explainer. If you take away only one thing, this is it. Vagueness absolutely kills a client's urgency to solve their problem. And if there's no urgency, there is absolutely no reason for them to ever pay a premium price, period. So why does this happen? Let's get inside the buyer's head for a minute. What is actually going on in their mind when they hear a vague offer? Well, it really all boils down to psychology and how risky you sound. Think about it. Every single buyer, whether they're conscious of it or not, is doing this lightning-fast calculation in their head based on these three things. How much risk am I taking on? What's the potential return? And maybe most importantly, how certain is that return? When you're vague, that risk factor shoots way up, and the certainty, it drops dangerously low. Let's make this super real. Imagine telling a potential client, I help businesses grow. Their immediate, unspoken question is always going to be this. Okay, grow how? And this is what happens next. You're basically forcing the client to do all the heavy lifting, all the interpretive work. You're putting this huge mental burden on them, making them guess what you mean and connect the dots that you should have connected for them. And the result? Well, it's always the same. A buyer who has to work hard just to understand your offer is a confused buyer, and confused buyers simply do not commit. Clarity is your single greatest sales tool. Okay, so we get the psychology now, but let's get practical. Let's actually quantify the economic damage that's happening when your outcomes are undefined. There are three big, measurable ways this is costing you money right now. First, you lose pricing power. If the result you promise is fuzzy, your price just feels made up. It feels arbitrary. And this is exactly why clients start negotiating. They're just trying to find some logical anchor for a price that doesn't have one. A premium price, though, that's anchored to a clear, predictable result. The second thing you lose is time. A lot of it. Vague outcomes create these painfully long sales cycles. You know that classic line, let me think about it. That's not a no. That's a cry for clarity. What they're really saying is, I'm not totally sure what I'm buying, so I can't possibly make a decision. And the third loss, this one's maybe the sneakiest of them all. Weak referrals. Just look at the difference here. A vague referral is like a paper airplane that just flops. But a specific, measurable one, that thing takes off like a rocket. It has energy. It does the work for you. Undefined outcomes stop your best clients from becoming your best salespeople. All right, so we've diagnosed the problem. We've counted the costs. Now let's fix it. The solution is actually a really elegant and actionable formula for creating total clarity. And here it is. We call it the outcome precision formula. It's built from 4 simple but really powerful components. When you put them all together, vagueness becomes basically impossible, and your value becomes undeniable. So let's just quickly break down how this works. First, your audience can't just be entrepreneurs. It has to be specific, like B2B service providers. Second, the result has to be measurable. Numbers create credibility. Feel more confident is a nice benefit, but reduce churn by 15%, that's an economic anchor. Third, a time frame adds urgency. And finally, context just wipes out any leftover ambiguity. Okay, theory is one thing, but let's see what this actually looks like in the real world. We're going to take a super common, super vague statement and totally transform it into a premium, high-value offer. This right here, this is the aha moment. On the left, I provide career coaching. I mean, what does that even mean? It's a leaky raft. It's weak, it invites negotiation. But on the right, once you apply the formula, boom, it's a speedboat. You instantly know who it's for, what's going to happen, and by when. That is an offer you can charge a premium for. And here's the really crucial takeaway from that. What you're communicating goes way beyond just the words you're using. Specificity screams competence. It tells the market you're an expert who's done this before. Vagueness, on the other hand, it kind of whispers, I'm just experimenting here. And let's be honest, who wants to pay top dollar for an experiment? But this isn't just about marketing or how other people see you. There's a much deeper, more personal benefit when you get this right. Defining your outcome actually transforms how you see yourself. Think about it. When your offer is kind of fuzzy, you feel uncertain, right? You can't help it. And that uncertainty, it just leaks out. It's in your tone of voice. It's in that little hesitation before you say your price. It's in how you handle sales conversations. But when your result is crystal clear, you gain this unshakable internal conviction. And conviction is what truly converts. So this all brings us to one final, really important question. A question I want you to ask yourself right now. Take a hard look at how you describe what you do. After everything we've covered, is your offer just vague, or is it genuinely valuable? Because the answer to that question, well, it determines pretty much everything: your price, your clients, and your ceiling.